Hello and welcome to today's tutorial on GeoDjango. So in our previous tutorial we had a session where we interacted with the auto generation of models in GeoDjango, and we were able to create a PostGIS database, and we loaded our data into the database and we were able to see it in Django admin. So today I want us to focus on how to render the data that we have in our Geo database in Leaflet or the map. So I'll be showing how to take the data from the Django model or the GeoDjango model into Leaflet, and then change the styles or maybe display it in a number of ways. So I'll go. So this is a project that we had yesterday, and I'm going to activate block. So I'll have to activate that very fast. Then I'll do projects and then tutorial. Yeah. So if I do this, and I come here and load to my localhost server there, not 3000 but 8000. Yeah, so there is our application that we had in a previous tutorial. So today I did another dataset or another model that has black spot data in a town. And this is what I'll be using. It's point data, so I'll be using it to render into Leaflet application and then see how it goes. So this is the basic layout of my project here. So we have a Geo, which is our application. Then inside it has data, and then we have migration files here. Then we have templates, but these ones are empty. So you'll be seeing how to generate data for them. So then we have our project configuration settings, URLs, blah blah something. So to do that, for us to access, we are accessing the back end of the Django administration at the back end. So we need to create the front end. Now I come to view site and got it just as, oh, it worked, but I want to eliminate this and have a map here. So what I'll do is I can close that. So I need to, this is the basic URL file for the project. So I need to now create the URLs for our application. So what I'll do, I like confining everything to the application. It should be as independent as possible. So I'll create a URL file inside here. So what I'll do is I'll come here and then change to Geo, and then I'll say touch urls.py. So there you are. So it has created an empty file here. So then we'll just go, then can just run our server again. So we'll be creating a URL file here so that we can use it from to now render our templates on the front end. So we're going to do a quick file here that .urls, .urls, import patterns URL, and include. Then we'll also go to Django. So this one we can, I want us to render a template, so we can just import the template here. So which is views generic, then import template view. There. Then we'll just do .models from our application, import black spots. That's what I want to use, black spots. I have to correct my black spots. So there you are. Then we just come and just do simple, just the basic way of creating URLs. So we can just have that, then just that. Then now we create a URL that renders into our homepage. So URL, then something like that. So we need to use the template view here to render a home page where when I access this path, I'm able to see maybe a custom image, maybe welcome to the leaflet tutorial, something like that. So I'm going to do a quick batch here. So we're just going to do what we call I just render a simple index file. So I'll use template view as view, then I'll do template name, of which now we'll give it to index.html. Yeah, and then you can just give it name, maybe you call it home, yeah, something like that. So when you add this now a file, or this a library that we've just created here, we need to add it to the base of the project. So we just need to come, I created that before, so that's very fast. So if we come and reload this, wow, template does not exist. So it tells us template does not exist. Here the file is here. So we can just let's put something here very fast. HTML, yeah, there it is, our map. So yeah, then say you can maybe render something like that. Then this is our page, yeah, something like that. So if I do that again, template does not exist. So this one is one thing you have to note is that Django, once we created our project using the admin.py file command, it generated this file automatically for us. But there are some sections that there's a template section here that is it tells Django on where to find the templates, the template files of the project. So this error isn't from this doesn't exist because it's already here, but it's because we've not yet set the application to we've not told Django where to find the template files. So we'll come here and we can add something like join. Yeah, so we need to join to tell Django where to find the templates itself. So I think this one is we have a folder here called template, so it's the one that we're going to input here. So templates, something like that. Yeah, so this is the tuple. So should come and yeah, bingo. So this is our page. So the error has gone. So we need to add this into our settings file so that we can tell Django where to find the template file. So that was quick. And so if I come to the index file here, I see it is it's that. So now we have our page here. This is our page. We need to have a map in the whole of this section here. So we need to first we have the map will be demonstrating, or we have the data showing. So we need to also add a link to our data because we'll be converting or be using data from our models directly to Leaflet. So how we do that is there are some ways of doing it. We can use the serializers in our views, but if you're not currently, our views is actually I can delete all that. So our views is it's just empty. So I don't want us to use the views. I want us to use we're going to use because we need to convert the data to GeoJSON, then we load it into application. So I'm going to convert the data very fast from the Django models to GeoJSON, then use the GeoJSON into application. That will be either a JavaScript file or a HTML file, whichever the case you find it easier or maybe better to use. So we're going to do pip install Django GeoJSON there. So this one, if I that, I come here and then I run that. So this should install Django GeoJSON into my environment. So it has told me cleaning up, so it's done. So and if I do pip freeze, I'll find Django GeoJSON somewhere installed. It should be somewhere here. It is 2.8.1. So that one shows that we can now use the Django the GeoJSON into our application. So and after we install it, we have to have it somewhere, so we can activate that and then we'll use it. So now we can use what I intend to use is something called GeoJSONLayerView. Yeah, there. So I'm going to import this from the GeoJSON views, and I want to do it directly into my URL file. No, this one, can just close that one. I don't need that one. So here. So usually you should import Python libraries first, then Django libraries, other dependency libraries, then our local application or project libraries. So it can come here. So we just do. So that here we now need to import the views into our application. So GeoJSON.views import and JSON layer view. There you go. So we'll use the GeoJSON layer view to now render data from our models into a certain URL. So I can just copy this and then there. Sorry, this one. So there you are. So you can call maybe this data. Data. Maybe something like that. Data. I'll remove that. So then we can copy this. Oh, sorry. Just need that, and then put it here, and then we'll have now to indicate which model we'll be using. So the model we'll be using is black spot there. Then this one you can just call it maybe data. Yeah, there you go. So if I came to my section here and did my server is not running. So we came there and wow, nice. So the data in the models have already been converted into GeoJSON. Wow, that's good. It tells us the spatial reference, the type of reference. The feature collection here has all the information. Yeah, we have the ID, the 8, but we don't have the other attribute data. So where do we get it? So we need to define that in our URL into our view here. So very quickly, maybe we can search that or we can fetch that from our model. So I'll do something like this, and then I fetch the specific fields that I want included. So I have the name, we have some slide, we have I think victims, then you have maybe typo there. We have I think serious, yeah, something like that. So if now we save that and refresh our page here, wow, nice. So the information is here. Name, it's Jogoo Road near Makongeni. Then we have index 8, so Langata Road. slide 477. So now as the file now includes information as much as we've included the fields here, and you note that as you add more fields into the data or into the specifications here under the property section, the more your file will become bigger and bigger. So for now you can use the 4 fields, and I think they are substantial. So we now need to render the entire of this data into an application. So instead of us seeing this page here, we need to put now a map. So if you come back to our settings file, we have leaflet here. So leaflet will take care of our needs. So we need to define a template that will have leaflet map unit. So we can just edit this to feature what we want. So and I'll start by doing some tweaks, and the basics of HTML. You know that if you need to load some tags or JavaScript files or CSS, are mostly done under the head tab. So you can just put some sections or some data sets here, some tags, some files from leaflet that we'll be using into our data. So I don't know where these files are coming from. Okay, there they are. Then title. So I'll just be using something like this. Yeah, so then I include leaflet.js, and I just copy that, then use it there. So this is CSS. Yeah, there you go. Now under our body section, we'll need to have some other stuff. So okay, one important part we just forgot is we just include and copy that. So you have to include leaflet tags. Yeah, so these are, so that when it comes to the here leaflet.js, at least it understands what we mean. So here we upload, load leaflet tags. So there you are. So if you render this page, it will still have the same, because we've just loaded the tags but we've not done anything yet. So we need to add the section. So that one will be under our body part. So this is where we do all the magic. So I just copy that and then paste it there, and then now we have to define here all the elements that we require. So we'll just maybe call it main. So this is a variable that you give to the section that will be holding the map. Regardless of, you can just call it any name that you want. Maybe you can call it testing, tutorial, GIS, any name that you want. Then we write a function. Definitely that will load our data from our models or from our data here into application. So we need this into the leaflet map. So we write a function. This function, maybe we can call it our function. Yeah, that will be efficient. Yeah, something like that. So if I go back home and do something like that, oh, the map doesn't yet come. That's because you've not yet done some elements that we've not yet had. So we can just do something like this. We can go ahead and write our function. So so we'll just do sorry, I'm violating some file. So just come here, and then we first of all need to write a function that calls or uses the data from the URL into the map. So we can define a variable where maybe you can call it our data, something like that, and then this one will tell it to fetch data from our application. So we have something like this, but usually in Django this one is discouraged, because if someone changes the link here or the URL here, everything becomes broken. So it's usually advised for us to use the name here. So that's why we have the name tag, the name for this URL. So I can just include that very fast. So this is how you include it. So we just need that, then you can close that. Then you load now our URL here. So we can call it, I think the name here is data, so just call it data, something like that. So this one you can just use a single packet here, so yeah, the error disappears, so something like that. So we have that, and now you can do some operation that we now use the data from the one that we've just defined here into a map. So we're going to use jQuery, so we need to load some jQuery files, libraries. So but for the minute, maybe we can just first of all write the function here, which is usually GeoJSON at caps. Then now we call our, we're calling it our data. Yeah, so there, then we have the function, which now we put a tag or data that now will be used into the application. So we say leaflet dot GeoJSON. There you are. So we pass the data variable into our map. So add to map. Small letters. Yeah, there you are. So funny, we never defined a function here. So all this should be done in a function. Yeah. So so we did this should be our function. That's what we defined it to be. So that one, our function there. So then just have something like this. Then so we'll be using the map, which is from Leaflet. Then we be having also a certain section which has options. So all these are defined in the Leaflet files, the Leaflet library. So if we do something like that, then we copy there. So there you have our file. We have our function that will do the work. So if now I load this, now come and refresh my page here. That's the page. Wow. The data that we had is not yet loading, and so we can see why. So if you examine our code here, is because we've not loaded jQuery. So so we have to find that. So you can get somewhere online and try to find jQuery.me.js. So we just use the one, or maybe we can use the CDN. Yeah, the CDN. You can just use the CDN here. So this is a bit easier. So which one do we want now? 3 point. No, they're not providing links, so you can just use some. Which one is better? Let me see that. Then you select the function. What's happening? Not loading. I can get maybe from one of the sections here. But can just go back, see the one that you can use very easily. You can get GitHub and effect some files. So 1 point, 10 point. Which one is on? I think they've updated the section here, so you can get one of the latest. So maybe there you have 3 years ago. Yeah, that's it. It's okay. So we can just come here. Now because it's JavaScript, so we'll just script. Yeah, there you are. And then we load from the source. Let's see. Oh, what has happened? Let's see. HTTP. Then we have yeah. So if now we come to our map here, nothing still happens. Okay, can inspect that and see where the issue is. Yeah, I think our jQuery isn't okay. I've got some other link that we can just use. So there we have, and the GeoJSON is not. So this is leaflet. .html file. This is the most interesting part of debugging code. Leaflet JS, leaflet CSS. Then we have that. Then we have leaflet map. Then we have main callback. Then we have that. Get JSON, our data function data, then l.geojson. I think the typo is here. I think there. So yeah, nice one. So our data comes now. Wow. So our data is just being displayed, and wow, there you have your data. So you can visualize that. Maybe we could try adjust the settings for these. So we can define some settings for our leaflet. Leaflet config, which will be equal to. We can set the center. So I think I'll just guess some. Which one? I think 0.34, then 36. I think 36.65. That one will do. Then we must have that. I will not forget. So that one, and then you can just lay it very well there. Then we can have this one is it's our center. So we can have our default center, which is that. Then we put the default, so we can edit that to zoom. So we can give it maybe 7 or something like that. Then you can specify minimum zoom. Should you specify this or okay? Let's just minimum maybe 2. Can give it 2. Then you can do max zoom, which is should be somehow maybe 80. Yeah, something like that. So that one will do. So okay, these ones you can just put something like this to differentiate the parameters from the definitions. Yeah, something like that. So wow, yeah, it's just brought us summary. So we can even adjust these to maybe 10 or something like that. So they'll have zoomed much more. And then I don't know what's the point of these, the code specific coordinates, but that's for later. But you can adjust these, the size here, so that you can at least have a bigger view of the map. So this one you can just It's just a style. You can maybe put under there. Just put just do something like that. Yeah, now we're loading from Leaflet because we're using the tags from Leaflet. So at least when we say something like that, this is the part that Leaflet uses to display the map. So if we just do that, it will understand where or what we really mean. So you can just maybe put 80%, yeah, something like that. Oh, that's there. Oh, it hasn't yet changed. Leaflet. We need to adjust this so that can really at least have some leaflet container. This is leaflet, yeah, container, and we have that. We should do. I don't know why. Tricky. Actually, our map even looks worse. So we need to take care of that. I don't know why it's funny. I can just have that leaflet, then head style here, and we close that. Then we have leaflets, we have container. Sometimes the wording that becomes a problem. So this one should not be an issue. Don't know what's happening. Leaflet 90, let's say something like that. Leaflet map. This is some more funny. We can also still define ours here by can do ours, so no big worry. But we can just do style, then we do height, yeah, is equals to just do maybe 600 pixels. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we adjusted it ourselves. So the center for this, I think something, I think next. So this one I can just maybe put one. Yeah, that one will do. So when you load the page, here you have your data. So we can play along as we want. So this one you can even adjust to 800 and then do the refreshing here, and our map will adjust as you want. So there you are. So our data has being displayed in our application, and now we can go ahead, do some stuff, maybe pop-ups on each feature. When you click like this, it has to appear with some information showing you what it is and all that. So that was fast. Now that was easy to display the data from our models here, all these into our application here. So that was short, and that was good for just to demonstrate. So what we need mostly is to know, maybe to find a way that we need to convert our data to the format that we want to have. We also have other issues, like you could just maybe use the views. We define a class-based field, class-based function here that you just use. You just write a function that we render the data the way you want, and then you reference that class or that function into the URLs here. But I've just used the Django-JSON library here to load the data from our models into the application. So I think further will come, further methods or further issues or demonstrations will come in the next session. And for this one, I think it's not clear. So we can define the leaflet configuration here. We need to take care of the templates section here, and also we need to, once you do or you add a certain library, use it in the application, you need to add it from here. Then on the base URL for the project, you still need to include the URLs that we formed here in the application. So having that, thank you very much for watching, and let's see you in the next session. Thank you.